Yeah, your mind's Zion links back once more, still on your popular story and drama, the death of Mohbad and who were responsible. I've just finished listening to Mohbad's brother Adura. One thing I can honestly tell you is that it's very obvious that within that house, within those that were in between those or within those that were present the night from the moment they came back to the house from the show on which is now on the 11th of September, those that were in that house, there is a conspiracy, there is a plan they've made to conceal and withhold certain information. From what Adura has said, I mean, just listening to him, it's obvious that they are hiding something. Adura's interview contradicts what Spending said. There are discrepancies between what Adura, certain discrepancies between what Adura is saying and what Spending said. And also from the interviews also that Wumi Cynthia gave on various platforms, there are discrepancies. One thing I like to point out here is it's obvious now that there was a second nurse. Yes. There was a first nurse who was there the very night Mohbad died, which was on the Monday, the very day he died. I don't know if it was in the early hours of the Monday, but whatever. From every indication, there were assumably two nurses. They are trying to give us a perspective that no, it was only one nurse, that there was a nurse that came on Tuesday, that administered the injection which Mohbad reacted to. So I want to give you the discrepancies between what Wumi said happened on that day, certain things that are where the discrepancies are, and what most especially Adura said, because these are two very important personalities in this whole issue. Very important. So one of those discrepancies is, like I said, on the issue of, was it the first nurse? Was there a first nurse that came at all on the 11th, and then the second nurse on Tuesday? So from Wumi's narrative and from whatever all of them are saying, they're trying to give the impression that there was no nurse that came around. There was no nurse on the 11th. That the only nurse that came was on Tuesday. So from what I'm going to play it to you, from what I want you to hear the soundbite from the interview with Adura. Adura unknowingly, when you're lying, when you're flowing and you're flowing, you don't know when you trying to lie. You don't know when the truth, certain truth, slips into your conversation. This is what Adura said. Listen.
Tuesday. So if you see operation participate, I think expecting second or every Tuesday, So kò dẹ̀ sí issue kankan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Monday.
Did you hear it? Did you hear him? I'll put it back again. Àti expect second nurse yẹn ní Tuesday. Why is he saying second nurse when they are saying she was the only nurse that came on that Tuesday? Why did he say second nurse? Listen again.
Ìbáraẹni jẹ́ nìkan tẹ́ pé kò láì kó máa lọ sí hospital. So ó prefer pé kí ni kan wá treat ẹ̀.
Let me forward it a bit.
Òun lè pè wá. Àwọn ni pé yá pè wá náà. Pé wá fat ni pé ẹni tí I expect kò wá. Kò yá pè wá. So lóye chat ìyẹn náà wà. Ìyẹn wá ní pé òun lè wá ní Monday mọ̀. Kó máa tó Tuesday. So ibi tí gbogbo oríṣiríṣi ọkàn parí sí pé àti expect second nurse every Tuesday bẹ́ẹ̀. So kò dẹ̀ sí issue kankan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Monday everybody.
So, do you hear what he said? He was talking about the nurse Spending talked about. In Spending narration, Spending never said there was a first nurse and that any nurse at all. None of them mentioned of a first nurse. Now, why is Adura saying second? I think I expect second nurse. Second nurse directly from his mouth, which suits the narrative that there was a possible first nurse that was there the very first night, the very day Mohbad died on that fateful day, Monday, on that Monday, 11th of Monday, would be in Monday. And it is alleged that Wumi's sister was that first nurse. So this is the controversy. The discrepancy. Why is he saying second nurse? That's one. Second thing, Wumi in her narrative said after the injection, the administration of the injection by the second nurse on that Tuesday, on the Tuesday, which they are claiming that was the day he died, she said Mohbad started reacting and Mohbad was screaming, water, water, that he's feeling hot, water, water. That was what Wumi said. That Mohbad was saying, screaming, water, water. He's feeling hot, that they should pour him water. Now, Adura, in his narrative, said that after the administration of that when the nurse came in, he was downstairs, and 20 minutes later, he said 20 minutes that he was in the kitchen, 20 minutes later, he heard a noise. And when he ran up, that he saw Mohbad on the floor. And that Mohbad was trying to talk, that Mohbad couldn't talk. That Mohbad was just making signs, pointing at water, making signs, pointing. That Mohbad, he said that Mohbad couldn't talk. That is what Adura said, which contradicts what Wumi said, that Mohbad on his own said that he's feeling hot, that they should pour water. And here is Adura saying that when he went up, that Mohbad couldn't talk, that Mohbad was reacting, he couldn't talk, he was trying to talk, but he couldn't talk, and he was just pointing at water. Contradictory statements. And one thing I would like to point out to you, although it's because I seriously wonder, thinking that, is this truly Mohbad's brother? And it got me thinking, asking, okay, what caused the separation between, what could be the possible cause of the separation between Mohbad's father and the mother? When did this happen? And why did Adura grew up with the mother and Mohbad with the father? It makes a question to be answered, because this explains a lot. Because you don't see in the narrative of Adura, he called daddy Baba. He never say my father. Then he's referring now to Mohbad's dad. The way he like in the third person, like he never, I mean, it's not like somebody talking about his father. He's about talking about the father. That might explain the fact that the brotherly bond, why he is doing this is because truly brotherly bond is not there. Why he's conniving. And another thing I noticed is that in this interview, this is his natural voice. This is his natural voice. In the other interview where he was high as hell, trying to present his new song, his release, he was 100% trying to mimic Mohbad's voice and Mohbad's intonation, the way Mohbad talks. Right now you can hear his voice is not that deep like Mohbad's voice. His natural voice is not that deep like Mohbad's voice. In that interview, you can hear his voice trying to sound deep. Over here, you can hear that his voice is not that deep. And he doesn't talk. You can go and watch the video. So another contradictory statement they've made is that he has just revealed something. He said they went to 2 hospitals. But in the earlier narrative, they never mentioned, nobody has ever mentioned that they went to 2 hospitals. Saying that they went to the first hospital where they tried to treat and do whatever with Mohbad, and at the end of the day, after being there for some while, they told them that Mohbad, that he has passed away.